Hi again, everyone. Once again, Gary Digital Williams alongside Warren Marshall. We are live here at Rosecroft Raceway, the semifinals of the Golden Glove. And don't forget, we'll be here live 2 weeks from tonight, Saturday, April 6th, to bring you live blow-by-blow coverage of the Washington Golden Glove Championships. And, of course, we are continuing what's going to be a big week and a big couple of months for the Beltway boxing scene coming up. And one of those big events will take place on Saturday, May 11th, when number one contender Julian Jarrett Williams of Philadelphia will try to go up against the guy who's our guest at this time, the unified, undefeated 154-pound world champion, one of the best in the business, no question about that, at Keith Maryland's own Swift Jarrett Hurd, who will defend his title against Julian Williams on May 11th at the Eagle Bank Arena in Fairfax, Virginia. And, Champ, thanks for joining us once again.
Oh, no problem. I appreciate you guys, man.
One of the things that Juan Marshall and I have been talking about for the last couple of years, and thinking about how this is the first time you've been fighting at home since November of 2014, is just your rise going into this bout. Your rise, because you didn't come with a lot of fanfare, as opposed to some of the other boxers in the area, but you've made things work. How's that happening?
Man, first of all, it wouldn't happen without God, and believing in myself. It's times where, I kind of listen to the hype where people will say that I was just an average fighter, right. And I didn't have high expectations for myself. Mm-hmm. I always set small-term goals for myself because of that reason. I was just fighting here at Fort Washington at Rosecroft, wanting to be a main event. Right. I don't think I made it in my career making some, fight a main event, having fans to come out, selling out this place. Mm-hmm. And then, to do so well and finally get picked up and signed by Al Heyman, from right there and on it skyrocketed for me. Yeah. And, when the confidence started to come and I started believing in myself and I realized that, man, you're good, you're better than you thought you were. Yeah, when you think about some of the bouts that you had here at Rosecroft, I mean, one of the bouts was the tough bout he had against Chris Cheatham. You had I think you had the knockout of the year here against George Armenta. Yeah, so, I mean, you've had some great bouts. When you look at that situation, I mean, you think about some of the memories just in this place. Oh, yeah, most definitely. And a lot of my confidence came from you guys also giving me a lot of the prospects of the year, the fighter awards and things like that. Mm-hmm. And it started when you have that confidence, you train as if you were world champion already. Yeah. And that confidence was a big help to my career because I knew what platform I was on. I wanted to keep that position. Now you are a world champion, of course. You've been a world champion for a while. I mean, things have obviously changed, but kind of describe the changes that you've had to go through as a world champion. Well, first of all, the business side. Yeah. That's real important. It's a lot more business involved than people would think. And, I also had to learn how to be a little more outspoken. I was a kind of a quiet guy to myself. And, I'm getting better at that, being a little more outspoken. But as far as the fight-wise, man, we just step up everything in training. We kind of always kept our training here at home, so nothing really changed too much about going camp and things like that. But we just wanted to add on to what was already working for us. And, man, and in boxing 24/7, being a world champion and being in the position I am, even in the gym or outside the gym, you still got to be on your P's and Q's and on point. So those are maybe some of the main things that I do to remain on top. One?
Yeah. I did like one of your first interviews, right? Right. Now, come to find out, I think you'll be announcing the card tomorrow. Yeah. I'll be announcing. How did the flip side of that? From your first interview, how you felt to doing something like this. Now,
before we talk about that, we got to say that Swift Jarrett Hurd will be on the coverage tomorrow night from the MGM National Harbor Casino. He'll be on the mic, calling the card tomorrow night at MGM National Harbor. So that's a great thing. Right, man. Like I said, it's things that I didn't think back early in my career. And to be, commentating on Lamont Peterson back at home, it's things I didn't think about back then. But, it comes along with the business. And hopefully, man, I can make it a profession and start to do it after my career is over.
And let's talk about some of the competitive fighters that you up there now. You got J-Rock coming up, and you still got to have, I guess, Charlo's trying to make his way back into the Tony Harrison rematch coming up in, I think it's June. June 23rd, yeah. June. So, and then Erickson Lumen trying to make his comeback on it. So, those names right there, those guys, they're gonna be pretty much coming after you again.
Right. And that's the thing. 154 is pretty much cleaned out. We got a few more fights that people I could face. I got 2 more belts to grab after the rematch. I'm looking forward to facing the winner, the WBC title holder. I know everybody wants the Hurd and Charlo fight, but I don't have too long at 154, so I have to go after the title holder. If Charlo wins, of course I'd love to face Jermell Charlo, but if Tony Harrison wins, I'm going after the belt and I'll rematch Tony Harrison. But that's the thing also, that the fact that I'm cleaning up the 154 division, I'll be having to rematch some of these guys if it's to make the bench matches, like a rematch with Lara, a rematch Tony Harrison. So I feel as though in a year or two I'm gonna move up to face bigger and better fights instead of staying in the weight class and having all these rematches.
Right now, do you think Lara's is he deserving of a rematch based on you beating him and then based on his performance in his last fight? He won the fight, but he didn't look outstanding in his fight like he used to.
Well, he's definitely deserving because the fight was so close, and I know people would love to see it, but I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think if I was to stick around, it'd definitely be deserving of another rematch. And it's crazy because in that last fight, you can see that I put a blueprint out there for Lara. For the rest of his career, from now on, it's going to be tough fights for him because people have a blueprint on him now.
Yeah. They saw a different side of Arizona Lara that night, and of course that bout was named by numerous people as the bout of the year in 2018. Talk about Jarrett Williams. What do you know about Julian Williams?
Well, Julian Williams is a Philly fighter. His only loss is from Jamal Charlo, Jamal Charlo, the older brother, in the title fight. And with that Philly style, man, he has kind of like Bernard Hopkins tactics where he likes to hit, get his points in and grab and hold. And he's real crafty at the inside. You know, he likes to find opening when you are holding. And he's a solid fighter, man. He doesn't do anything too wrong. He's just fundamentally sound. He's sharp, and it's going to be a great matchup. I know these guys have been watching me too because they can explain me a little bit to the T. So I know these guys are going to be well prepared. Williams going to come in shape, and so am I. It's going to be a great matchup.
Yeah, go ahead.
And early on in your career, everybody was watching. They were saying about your defense. You take a lot of shots, but now you think they pretty much gravitated to your style. They just know what to expect when they see you.
Yeah, but I talk to my family about this a lot. I said everyone talks about how I get hit a lot and this, that, and the other. But I said no one speaks on my opponent when I do that. I'm winning the fights. I'm stopping guys who never been stopped before. I'm beating guys who never been beaten that way. And everyone speaks on my poor defense and when I'm doing it. But I'm stepping up a competition each and every time I fight. So the fact that I am getting hit is because I'm fighting better and better competition. And the guys doesn't speak on what I do to my opponent. But I'm going home to my family and not going to the hospital afterwards. And some of my opponents are not the same after I face them. But it comes with the sport, man. Hopefully I can keep on winning and proving that I'm not this one-dimensional fighter that just come forward and get hit all the time.
And also, are you training a little different now going into each fight, or are you just being the same Jarrett Hurd of being able to withstand punches and walk fighters down and wear them down?
Well, I'm doing the same things, but I'm working on more of my weaknesses. I do see that defense is an issue in my fights, but who doesn't get hit by Arizona Lara and who doesn't get hit by all the Trump guys like that? So I do work on the areas I need to be working on, but I also push harder on my strengths. So, just getting better and preparing for the fights, no different, just making sure that I stay ready though.
Are you more excited now for fights since you're at this top level? Are you more excited for fights now?
Oh yeah, definitely more excited. I'm getting closer to my ultimate goal, becoming undisputed. So once I win this WBC, hopefully it happens this year. That sounds like the plan, like it will happen. Al has a couple promises that he didn't make, and the only thing left to grab would be the WBO.
And how do you accepting all this starlight pretty much that came with you working from Safeway to almost quitting boxing to this happening for you?
I love it, man. It's so crazy because sometimes I be so stuck to what I'm used to back at home where I'm with my parents and and going to the gym all 24/7. And then when I step back out here, like here tonight at these fights, I be forgetting exactly who I am. And then, because everything changed, but back at home, just Jarrett Hurd.
As we close, one of the things we had to talk about the structures you have with your parents, your coaches, your trainers, should say, and your family members. That structure seems to really help you along the way, too.
It definitely helped me because, you have everyone backing you and believing your dream. You also don't want to let them down. So it calls you to work harder. It calls you to push towards something that others believe in. Of course, they can't see the vision that you see, but that's your job to try to make them believe in so that way they can.
And one last thing, how excited is Al Heyman is to have you as one of his fighters and to be where you are right now?
Al loves it, man. Al loves it. He says, man, Jerry, you had the look, you have the charisma, you have the fighting style mainly. And he said, everything about you I love, man. You just made for TV.
There you go.
Fantastic. He'll be on TV, calling the action on Sunday, March 24th from MGM National Harbor Casino. And then we'll see him in the ring at home Saturday, May 11th from the Eagle Bank Arena in Fairfax, Virginia. He is indeed one of the best in the business. Swift Jarrett Hurd. Congratulations, man.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys.
All right. We're back with more, hopefully, from this area, here from Rosecroft Raceway. Thanks for joining us, everybody.